So today we're going to be doing some modern action. Origins is not out on Magic Online quite yet, so just gotta play the most relevant format, which I believe is modern at this point thanks to the PPTQ system. So we're going to be playing some Grixis Twin, and this is one of the decks that I like the most in modern right now. It's basically the Splinter Twin combo, but you have kind of a backup plan in the main deck with Tasker the Golden Fang. You also have things like Terminate and Kolaghan's Command. So Terminate can kill bigger stuff like Tarmogoyf, and Kolaghan's Command is just like a nice grindy tool and also can kill hate cards like Spellskite. So I find that the black adds a decent amount to the deck that I really like. And this list is very similar to the one that Kyle Bogamus used to top 8 the Season 2 Invitational. His deck was a little bit different because he had Inquisition of Kozilek main deck. And I was a little skeptical about that, but after trying it, I learned to really like it. So what Inquisition does is take a thing like a Tarmogoyf, Spellskite, Abrupt Decay, things that you might not be able to deal with normally, and that's just a thing that something like Spell Snare or Dispel can't really do. So I kind of like the Inquisitions. I've been trying them, and they've been pretty solid, so I'm going to keep playing with those for now. And other than that, like, the deck is fairly normal. There's nothing too spicy. Like I said, got a couple Taskers on the top end, 10 combo pieces, a Miser's Cryptic Command, because you don't really want to draw too many of these, but drawing one is normally pretty fine. We only have one Spell Snare, because Spell Snare and Inquisition kind of go after the same cards. So I found that if you have Inquisitions, generally your Spell Snares are kind of dead. You know, like you might Inquisition their Snapcaster, draw a Spell Snare, and then like not have any good targets or whatever. So I think you can only play so many of these cards because they only fight a specific subset of cards. And then other than that, we have 23 lands, including a Desolate Lighthouse, which I like a lot. They're like between Serum Visions and Remand, and you know, snapping the various cantrips and whatnot too. Sometimes you just enter into the mid game like turn 5, and you have like 3 lands in your hand. And you're just like, oh no, like this is so bad. I don't have a Brainstorm or anything. Like, how do I get out of this? And Lighthouse is the option. Also, if the game is going long and you're drawing some Splinter Twins that, you know, don't necessarily do anything because you can't really combo kill them. Maybe you don't have a Deceiver or a Pestermite, or maybe they have a Spellskite or something, and you need to sift through those. Lighthouse is also there to help you out doing that. So, been very pleased with the Lighthouse. If I was playing Blue-Red Twin, I would have 2 Lighthouses for sure. The main thing I really like about the sideboard is the fact that you get to shift into a control role against decks that you can't 100% combo against. So we have these Karanoses, a Kolaghan's Command, and a Muldrifter. Yeah, that's right, Muldrifter. What's up? And Muldrifter is a card that I kind of stole from Luis, and it seems like a very Luis card, right, where he just wants to durdle around instead of actually winning the game. But I think it actually serves a good purpose, where against grindy matchups like John, you definitely want to board into some divination type effect, and Muldrifter is a literal divination, except you can Kolaghan's Command it back. So that's kind of nice. Make sure you hit your land drops. Also, you have enough removal to like kill their Tarmogoyfs and stuff. So Muldrifter's actually been pretty good. The extra Kolaghan's Command also helps with that stuff. And then Keranos is just like the top end that they can't deal with. This is your finisher. So ideally against Jund, you would just board out the majority of your combo, if not all of your combo, and just board into stuff like this. So I've really liked that a lot. Otherwise, we have some Pyroclasms for things like Affinity. Some people are like, oh, these should be Anger of the Gods because they're better against Abzan Company. But the thing about the Abzan Company matchup is that you don't want to fight them on like the axis of their creatures, because they have things like Collected Company, which just draw them more creatures. Also, like, their creatures are very resilient. So you will often see me citing out removal against them just because it's so inefficient against them, and just boarding in such a way to maximize the twin combo. So I'll bring in like Dispels and Spellskites and whatnot. And I want the Pyroclasms for Affinity and decks like Tokens and Merfolk and stuff like that, like the lower to the ground, like beatdown creatures. Pyroclasm is also a nice card against Burn, but definitely not where you want to be against Abzan Company, and there's a lesson there. And the lesson is that you need to know what your role is in all these matchups and what your deck is trying to accomplish. So against Abzan Company, you are definitely the combo deck. You don't really want to grind them out because that's just not going to work. So yeah, you just have to combo them. The other weird thing about my sideboard is the Blood Moon Magus of the Moon. And no, I do own 2 Blood Moons. I do think that both of these should be Magus of the Moons, though. And the reason for that is I'm not boarding in Blood Moon against everyone. Like, if I play against Jund or Grixis or, you know, Abzan Company or whatever, like, I'm not going to try and Blood Moon them because it's just pointless. Like, they assume that Blood Moon is probably going to come in. They're going to fetch the play around it, and it's very unlikely that you play a Blood Moon that actually KOs them. So if we are playing Blood Moon to KO certain matchups, like Tron and Amulet, then I think you actually want Magus of the Moon, because they're ready for twin combo. They're going to side in like their Nature's Claims or Seal of Primordiums or whatever, and then the Blood Moon just kind of like gets caught in the crossfire, whereas Magus of the Moon doesn't die to any of that stuff. Against Amulet, what are they going to have to kill this? 1 or 2 Slaughter Packs. Big deal. Against Tron, they're going to have like Rending Volleys and stuff, which granted don't kill either of these, but they're definitely going to have Nature's Claims, and that kills Blood Moon. So I honestly think that both of these Blood Moons should probably be Maguses, but right now I'm just playing a 1-in-1 split. I'm not 100% sold on the Magus, but I'm getting closer and closer. Like I started at like 75%, now I'm at like 95%, that I'm pretty sure that Magus should be the correct card for those matchups. So keep that in mind too. It's very similar to the Pyroclasm thing, where you're not bringing in these cards in every single spot. So be very wary of that. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, this is one of the best decks in Modern for sure. I also could see playing Blue-Red Twin or Teamer Twin. All the variants of Splinter Twin are very, very good, but this is the one that I've been liking as of right now, mostly because of Kolagon's command. But that's it. Let's get to some games.